Hi beauties! Lady Paper Moon is back, a little late, I'm sorry. Today I would like to make a rather short video because my voice is not really good. I'm like hoarse from not shouting, it's just the cold weather. I would love to just change the cover of this artist's sketchbook. And I was talking about this mini project earlier. Maybe you noticed in one of the last videos, but maybe it happens to you as well, that you have some sketchbooks, notebooks, whatever, and you would love to use them, but they don't look quite as nice. And this one especially I love a lot because Davy, my eldest son, brought that back home in his backpack. This is why it's quite crunchy. And I just love this one. And I didn't catch on the measurements now. I will link them down below. And this is a sketchbook that says is for dry media, acid free, 89 GSM. Okay, so no painting in there. I will anyway, I know it already. But it's quite a cool sketchbook. And I was taking a brush and some acrylic paints and I was trying to get in between this spiral binding, as you could see. Up there I didn't, because I quite like this section there with the drawings. They look nice to me. And I thought I'd just cover it up there like this and something else down here. But then I thought in order to make this look good, I should get rid of it, or at least take it out. And we can take this out and later take it back in, really. And it's easy. Just I'm trying to explain as good as I can. You can cut here. You can cut each of the holes until the end. And if you then carefully pull it out, you can decorate it, you can do with it, or pass it through the sewing machine, whatever you like, and then put it back in, and it will hold, it won't fly off. And the best way to cut it is to cut it to an angle. One like a little bit up, a little down, like crooked cutting. And I thought maybe not painting over it anymore because it won't work. I would just cover it with paper, and I would love to bring her. This is an old envelope, and that is brilliant, yummy, pre-gessoed, and just left a bit of the crafty paper all around. And I put the bird. Look, I also folded a spine. I wanted to make this as a journal cover, but then I thought, no, it's like flimsy, and then I have to reinforce the spine and put heavy cardboard for front and back cover. And I don't know, I just wanted the little lady holding the leaf as a cover. And if I put it on top of here and not cutting out the holes, I found this trim. And if I glue this on the left hand side like so, then all the spiral binding is kind of covered and will disappear. And that's good enough for me. I like the idea, so I don't have to cut there. And we just put it on here, yeah, without cutting the cover off. But you could, definitely you could. And now how to place it, I don't know. In the middle, then up there is still reddish, and so I decide to bring that package paper, that all wrinkled up package paper, put that on first, and then put the motif, the lady holding the leaf. So let's do it. So just using some glue stick, nothing special needed. And all the information that we can read now on the cover, I took a piece of vellum paper that was just laying around on my desk, and I put down the information, how many grams and what this kind of paper is made for, because once we cover this up and the weeks and months pass, I will no way remember what kind of paper it is, and there will be a point that I wanted to know. I will want to know, and this is why I took a note with the features of the paper to not forget. I'll show you then. Now put this down like so. That's a sweet, quick project. Looking for a cloth or something to just take my sleeve, no problem. Ruining all the clothes, time after time. Make sure it adheres well everywhere. And here's my little note, see? So then I will later be able to look it up, what kind of paper we have in this sketchbook. What I don't understand, this Crawford and Black brand, sketchbook makers, notebook makers, artist sketchbook makers, why do they do that? Can you see this? In order to hold the elastic band in place, they put some really thick kind of metal endings to make sure the elastic won't slip out the holes, but up to the very first page of the sketchbook you can feel the bulk that gets produced by these two thick, whatever you call this, holders or whatever. This is very badly done, for my opinion. I don't like it at all. No page in the whole sketchbook lies flat because of that. And in the very end, I will tell you already, I will cut it out and be without it and finish. So now we have a little bit much material, and we should get rid of some of it. Let's just cut that down a bit. Like so. And I'm really doing this to all my sketchbooks. I always have to. It's just like a force. I don't almost never like how they look when they come from the shop, and I just personalize them, and so I have much more fun to use them. And now we do the corners, and to help us not to bend the original cardboard, we take that ruler and then we bend, so we will have a crisp corner. You could also cut off a triangle or do like this, bend up and bend to the left and glue it down, but that it has bulk to it. And if we cut like so and like so, it's easy to glue to the cover, but then most of the time this little corner will see through, will be visible. And that's not what we want. So we take the metal ruler or anything flat and sturdy you have, and you bend around and fold, and you have your crisp edge then. I'm just saying that this little sketchbook altogether is very crunchy because he transported it in his backpack, soft backpack, and but it adds to the charm, doesn't it? So we glue like this, and like that. So then we have beautiful corners, and here we cut a little of an angle here. Sorry, out of frame, but just cutting off the angle. Make sure you put glue everywhere now, all the way up, all the way down. And also it's easier to use a ruler to bend this evenly and then fold it and glue it down. Now the cover with this kind of paper, that would be enough anyway. It's already more beautiful to my eyes than it was before. I will turn around page in a minute so you will see. Let's just glue this down also. And here the little tear doesn't matter. Everybody's new to Lady Paper Moon channel. A warm welcome to you. Thank you for being with me and being part of Lady Paper Moon's sweet little family. It's a very special crowd, as I can say so far. Very nice, very pleasing, very good people. So look, that's cool. The only ugly part that's left is that little spiny thing and the paper that shows through from underneath. But this will be all covered up later. You will see in a minute. Now we have to cut her out, or rather tear. About width, let's see, yeah. That frame she has already, we can unfortunately not keep it. Would be nice, would have been nice, but no. So I will tear her out in a way that I will keep that deckled torn edge that she already has on all four sides. Look at that bird. I'm so in love with the birdie. My hubby loves it. He says it's the most beautiful thing I've ever created. Well, I don't know, but he loves the bird. So maybe we should turn this around. Yeah, thank you. Because these tiny bits I'm unable to tear properly. I know some of you don't know exactly how to do that, or take some tweezers, or even, but I prefer cutting if it's such a little bitty thing, like so. Last side, cutting. Yeah, more or less straight. No perfection here again. We want to celebrate that we don't have to stick to all that rules and all that immense perfection we see all around. This is handmade, folks, and let's let's make it visible that it's handmade. Don't seek perfection too much. I put some rose color on her secretly, and I put some rose color in the back of the horizon also to meet our trim, because it was all natural colors, only muted colors, crunchy vintage colors, and the rose color. I wish I had this trim in a brown or beige, but I don't. So then I made it fit. Take a pencil and put some of the color down. Look, see that? The whole sketchbook is already bent from these stupid little thingies in the back. So now how we put it like this, all the way up, but then what on the bottom? See all that's, or put it all the way down and put something on top. Put it in the middle. No, I'm not happy with it. It just doesn't look right. But I have this piece, and if you put the image on top and put this piece, a torn out piece, I had sewn this together with a zigzag stitch. 2 pieces of jelly prints, I had sewn them together, but then I didn't like it and I tore the stitching out, and this is why we get that fringed edge, which makes quite a cool effect. This is some gluing paper now. Bring her down first. You can use any glue here for sure. And I would love, really, I would love to sew around with the machine. Once this is glued down, I would love to bring it through the machine and stitch it around, but it's no way possible because the whole sketchbook will never pass through the machine, never. So maybe one day I will punch a bunch of holes all around the image and do some slow stitching. I just love it. I love it. I love needlework, and I wish I could do some embroidery for doing my covers, but I just don't know how to do it. But then it's never too late to learn something new. So I have so much glue on my fingers now, can't even touch anything. I have to bend this around because these metal thingies here, they molest so much and disturb me. So we decided to put it all the way on top, just to make sure not to put it too much to the left hand side and cover the holes, because then the front page will be hard to turn later. And to put not too much stress and penetration on the motif itself, I always use a piece of paper just like this, and then really put some pressure to glue it down. You could use a brayer too. So that looks already much better. I love this piece with the fringe edge. I should do some more of these. Just take a couple of stripes, sew them together, one next to the other one, and where they meet, try to sew down a large zigzag stitch, and then tear it apart again, and then we have that fringed edge that is like the fringe of cloth or fabric almost, even though it's paper, and it looks quite well. I love it, and it fits the motif here, like so. Yeah, this is now just another layer of landscape in the very foreground. It looks beautiful. See all these little grasses? We pretend they are grasses. I really love that. First, I hated to put the pink down or the slight rose color, because if I look at it like this without the lash trim, I don't know, but I'm then happy. Here again, I'm showing you, just put two pieces of paper together like so, and then stitch down here. Ah, this is out of focus now. Camera, please. Never mind. We get the point, don't we? And I will definitely use this more often with the torn zigzag stitch. Looks beautiful, I'm happy. Yeah. Good. And now, look, doesn't that look much better than before? We could cover the inside too as well. One day, one piece of anything will fall into my hand and I will put it down there. But maybe I will stitch around first. Look at my Matisse. Oh, now I told you, but I wanted to say, do you know what that is? Does this remind you of something or somebody? Yes, yes, yes. It slipped out. I'm sorry. It's Matisse. I love Matisse. And next couple of videos we will every little now and then work on some Matisse content. I will tell you a little bit about the painter, about his time, and what made him so special really, and why he is still up to today's life. You can find Matisse in some kind of way almost everywhere, in design, in graphics, in commercials, in everyday's life. Matisse is still with us. This is hard to believe if I just say like so, but the next videos we will deal some Matisse. And it's so much fun to cut out these forms, and it's so easy really. He was using all different colors though, and we will too. We will celebrate colors this year. I'm so happy to get more color in the channel, in my own work, and I hope I can inspire you to use color as well. All these colors are still silent and muted, but Matisse was using a whole lot of complementary contrast and strong red, strong blue, green, white, black, and I'm sure you have some images in your mind. If not, search on Google, or even there's some nice documentaries I can recommend. Just try to find something if you're interested in Matisse and in arts and history of arts, just a little bit, not going into too much detail. And I thought about not only doing organic forms, but also doing like figures and just forms. And I don't know, I love that. It's so appealing. And you can just sketch on one side, and then the other side you use as your motif. Then you don't have to use the extinguisher, the rubber, to get rid of your pencil marks. And I have another one I could go on here. I'm already playing around. I'm getting distracted. Can you see? I'm so in love and so in awe with Matisse. And he's such an inspiration, and I hope the spark will jump out to you, and that I will find you open-hearted and open-minded to do some little bitty Matisse excursions. So I will tell you then. I'm losing track now. So this is still for us to do now. And then it will be perfect. And can you see now that when we put this like that, the rose color, even though it's very little and subtle, the rose color and the trim, they form unity instantly. Looks good. Just snip it off, the piece we need. Yeah, out of frame again, sorry. The other day somebody wrote me in the comments that it's not good to be multitasking. And because I said I keep being out of frame because either I'm working here on my desk and I'm concentrated, and at the same time I'm talking, which I'm not really used to create and talk at the same time, and then I cannot at the same time watch all the time if I'm in frame or not. So, but bear with me, please. I love spiral bindings though. They don't look too good to me, but I love, and I have this little machine, the cinch machine, the spiral binding machine, which is a simple thing, runs without electricity, and it will punch the holes you need, and you can get your spirals in any size, from 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, and you can get them in silver color, gold, rose gold, even vintage. They don't cost much, and it's a very, very flexible way of making an art journal, sketchbook, or any kind of book. And I love this. You can always bend it around 100%, and this way it's not using up so much space on your desk or wherever you work, or on your lap when you're outside. And I really love this mechanism. This we cannot do with no other book. And this I very much love. The only thing I don't like about it is the way it looks. But there's a ways around, like this one. In this case, we take the trim and cover this. Yeah, so we don't have that. See, this is like a normal art journal, and it looks more perfect, more finished. And this is another sketchbook of mine. This is my bullet journal, for instance, and it doesn't look as good as this one. See, I think. But we cannot have everything. So if we want the advantages, and there's quite a few of spiral bindings, inside the most significant advantage is that you can bind loose sheets of papers, big format or big size, or tiny little bitties, it doesn't matter. You don't need your double page mechanism that we need for making the signatures in our normal art journals. Just a single piece of art or a letter or whatever it is, you can just put it in and don't have to fold it. So, and that's it. So it has a lot of advantages, and the only disadvantage for me personally is that I don't really like the aesthetics of the spiral. And this way, this kind of trim helps to cover that up, as I said now a couple of times. I'm happy with this. I also did other solutions. I have some spiral bound sketchbooks, and I put so many ribbons and laces, and in each ring I put a bow, and I put so much cozy stuff and fluffy stuff. And you will see in videos to come, I will always show you the stuff I have laying around, and I overdid it totally. So I put so much stuff, and it looks amazing. It looks gorgeous, really great. But then you cannot bend it around 100%. Okay, so you have to lay it open. It lays flat still, but you cannot put the front cover on the back like I showed before, to have only the half size to work with. But it's very pretty. I will show you. And what else I wanted to tell you is that I finally opened my Patreon for everybody that loves to assist to the growing and the forthcoming of Lady Papermoon channel. And I have to figure out still what kind of tiers I will put in there. Maybe one for people that just want to assist in donating a small kind of money every month. And then I think about offering another tier where you will get some happy mail from Lady Papermoon, like material, some sketches, some original little tiny biddies, and then a major donation where you get maybe every 2 months a painting or an art journal made by me. I still have to figure that out, but on my YouTube page, if you click on the Lady Papermoon icon, you will automatically come to my page, and on the right hand upper corner you see the Facebook icon, Instagram icon, and Patreon, and you just can click there if you want to help out my channel. That would be awesome. And I will upload in Patreon some content that maybe does not really fit to the YouTube format, going more into detail or having more private talk, and those kind of things which are not for everybody, because many people, they just want to watch the channel and want to see the work and work along with me, and this is perfectly fine. But for everybody that has more interest and more love for Lady Papermoon, you are more than welcome to be one of my patrons. So this is done. Have you seen? Looks great. I love it. And this was what I was making the other day, is that cover with the flap for A5 students' books, notebooks, more or less. And I put this as a cover, the owl that has one closed eye, but peeking with the other eye. And I was sketching this on a really scrappy piece of paper, really. Normally the paper I glue on. So I had to cut it out and sew it on the jelly print. And here I glued down this is the back paper of a self-adhesive lace thing. I don't really know how to, this is normally what you throw away, right? This is the back side of the self-adhesive thing. And I had sewn around on top of this to make sure it stays with me. And then I put the feather on the right hand side, and then the stamp we carved out the other day. And then I have another stamp that has the days of the week, Monday to Sunday, and I stamped it on a piece of paper, tore it out, and I was just gluing them down because that day I had an issue about time. I thought, where have the days gone? Why is it that time seemed to pass so quickly? And I was all with that movie in my head about times and days running away and all of the speed that is behind all that. And so I put that down, the days of the week, just like for fun. In the first student's book, we have like huge lines. Backside here you have another, already one of my brand new Matisse inspired forms. This is a jelly print from some, and a sticker from the jelly print from some plant. We have grid paper here with a frame. And this is Artemisia vulgaris, one of my most beloved and favorite herbs and plants. This is the other stamp. And look at this jelly print. Didn't that come out just so beautifully? You see all the leaf there, little sticker. Here, look at that. This is really, really a successful, beautiful jelly print. Love it. Nothing to add. It's just perfect the way it is. We will do jelly prints soon, but I want to make them outside and it's still too cold outside. When I do jelly printing, I'm making so many, I need space to lay them where they can dry. And here in the studio, I have space, but then I would have to put something underneath and nah. Here another. If you want to prepare and craft along with me in some Matisse style, and don't worry, this is just another copy of the gum tree leaf. Another leaf. Just can't help it. If I see them, I have to copy them. I show you how to do these organic forms like this. Make a line, look some nice form to it, whatever you like. No thinking here, please. And now you do this. This is your guidelines. Just look that it has some kind of dynamic to it. And now you go around like so. And the lines, they will help you. And see how quick that goes. Bam, bam, bam. And here up. Look at that. And done. And just then cut it out, and this cutting out is so much fun. It's meditative, it's focused, it's fun, it's just, I love it. It makes me happy to cut these forms out. But if you don't like to have the guidelines, you just do like you want. It doesn't matter, no rules here. No, nothing here. Just what comes out of you. Make sure you let your inner artist out. And when Matisse was growing old, he was doing these shapes in huge sizes. And the scissors he got was just huge scissor, not the bitties that we have today. Here is another print, look. And this is the last page. Let's put something in here so we see it's a pocket. Yeah. So this is a little bit of example already what can be done with the Matisse forms. But Matisse was so much more than only these shapes. You will see in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Ciao.